Hello and what is up, Hydrow? My name is Owen. Thank you so very much for joining me for class. Today we have a 10-minute yoga class where we're going to be breaking down the Sun Salutation A. This is a pretty fundamental series of movements in yoga designed to warm you up. And today we're going to be breaking them down in a way that if you're newer to yoga, if you're just getting started, or even if you're experienced, you might learn something that'll help you in your practice moving forward. No props needed. Join me standing top of the mat. So you can take the feet hips width distance to start. It's going to turn to face you, but you'll be facing the top edge of the mat. Go ahead, press the feet down. You might rock the weight a little forward, a little back. I want you to find the real center of the foot and press it down. Get a little heavy. You can even bend the knees a bit, so press it down even more. And then press the legs to straight. Take the shoulders up by the ears. Take them back and down. So you reach the fingertips down towards the floor. You can take palms in to face one another, or even palms forward. But as long as you're reaching the hands down and in opposition, you lift through the collarbones, you lift up through the crown of the head, feet still heavy. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, arms out and up. So as you go up, palms face up, gaze up, lift the chest, and then forward fold. As you fold, generous bend in the knees, belly lifts, and the knees can stay bent as much as they need to be here in your forward fold. And the trick is just to have the head heavy, release any tension in the jaw and in the neck. And wherever the arms are at, that's cool. Sometimes it's nice to grab opposite elbows, what we call a ragdoll fold. And this allows you to give yourself a little assist. You can use the hands to pull the flesh of the arms down. Again, head is heavy, knees are bent. You can see here I've got my ribs placed on my thighs, and that's totally cool. All right, and then release the arms down and take a breath into halfway lift. So for this one, hands come to the front of the shins. Take a long spine. We're thinking heart forward, shoulder blades come together on the back, and you look forward. Notice I'm not locking out the legs either, so there's a little bend in the knees. Priority here is length in the spine, and gazing forward does help. All right, from here you plant the hands. We're gonna step back to a high plank pose, and right away drop the knees. Okay? So with the knees down, we can focus on lowering down to the belly by bending the elbows. And notice if they want to go wide, try to wrap them in a little bit. So you bend the elbows and lower the belly all the way down to the floor. So we're coming into a low cobra pose. So start by really pressing the feet down. You can smack the mat, right? It's fun. Hands by the low ribs. So for most people, they need to take the hands back a bit. Think about the shoulder blades coming together on the back. Elbows will come in closer, but it's more about the shoulder blades drawing in. Again, feet pressed down, don't lose that. And as you inhale, you'll pull the heart forward and up. This is our low cobra. Some people lift a little bit higher, but this is low cobra, and it happens mostly with the shoulder blades. And over time, you'll be able to check your work by getting light on the hands, and they might even float, right? So then you know it's the upper back working. Let's lower to the belly. Press your way through all fours. Tuck your toes, ground down through the palms, and then lift the hips high, downward facing dog. So in downward facing, priority is length through the spine. So I'm getting heavy through the palms here, and I'm pressing down through the inner line of the hand. That thumb, the index finger knuckle, gets really heavy, and I'm feeling like I'm pressing the mat down and moving it away from me so that the hips can come higher. Bend the knees as much as you need to here, right? The goal is never to get the heels to the floor or to have totally straight legs. Maybe those things happen in time, but the goal is length in the spine. So you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Have one more breath in here. As you breathe out, let's find child's pose. A little break here. Set the shins down, heavy the hips towards the heels, stretch the fingertips forward, and let the forehead get a little heavier towards the floor. So in Sun Salutations, we typically take about 3 to 5 rounds of breath, either in a downward facing dog, or the option is always to take child's pose for those breaths instead. So child's pose, perfectly awesome place to be rather than downward facing. You might spend a breath or two in downward facing just to kind of work on it, and then drop the knees and take the next few breaths in child's pose. Most important part of that is that you're breathing, right? That you remember that you're breathing, and you get the moment to slow down within the salutation. All right. Let's ground down through the palms, lift the hips, tuck the toes, press the hips back and up. So we're back in downward facing. And now on an inhale, you're gonna look forward, bend the knees, and let's take a walk. Take a walk to the top of the mat or forward fold. Knees as bent as they need to be, head heavy. We're gonna inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. Looking forward, and then exhale, fold back down. And then inhale, you think length, and you keep that length as you rise. Heels press down, take the arms out, palms up, reach them up overhead, feet heavy, Tadasana. And we're back to our mountain pose, right where we started. So that's a sun salutation. The trick is adding breath to it. All right, so we'll go a little bit faster. Feet press down, Tadasana. Again, I think it's helpful to take the shoulders up by the ears and then back and down. So you place the shoulder blades on the back, they come a little bit closer, fingertips reaching down, lift up through the crown of the skull. Take a big breath in, open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, arms out and up. You're enjoying this view along with me. All right, exhale, forward fold. Bend deeply into the knees, belly lifting as you fold. Now we'll go inhale to lengthen, hands to your shins, look forward. Exhale, plant the hands down, step, step. High plank pose, we'll drop the knees. Bend the elbows, we're gonna lower to the belly, all the way down. Coming to low cobra, press the feet down, hands by the low ribs, shoulder blades together, and you inhale, the heart forward and up. Might not come very far up. Exhale, fold, that's okay. You'll feel the work for sure. Press your way through all fours. Tuck the toes under. Palms grip the mat. Hips high. All right, we'll take 3 rounds of breath here. If you're in downward facing, you're pressing the mat down and forward with the palms. You're wrapping the triceps down towards the floor. And the priority is lengthen the spine. So we're thinking hips up and back. My favorite cue in down dog is stick your butt out. That works for a lot of people. Just stick your butt out and press your skull towards the thumbs. Of course, you might be in child's pose, and that's cool. But from downward facing, we will meet. We'll take a breath in, bend your knees, look forward, top of the mat. You can take a walk or maybe a step. Forward fold. Inhale, we lengthen. Long spine, look forward. And exhale to fold. Inhale, length through the spine, weight in the heels. Rise to stand. Palms up, arms up. Tadasana. Ooh. Stand well. All right? Let's keep it going. Inhale, arms out and up. Lift the chest and the gaze. And exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. All right, inhale to lengthen. We're looking forward. Hands to the shins. Exhale, plant the hands. Now, you could stay in high plank here, or you'll drop the knees. Either way, you're going to bend the elbows and lower the belly. Shoulder blades together as you lower. Press the feet down. Shoulder blades together. All right, that's the theme. Inhale, low cobra. Go forward. Think length, and the lift will come. Lower to the floor. All right, press your way through all fours. Tuck the toes. Downward facing. Let's take 5 rounds of breath here. So again, either staying in downward facing or drop the knees. Hips heavy. Forehead heavy. I want you to use these next 3 rounds of breath to just be content with the pose. Right, don't think about the technique. Just even out the inhales to match the length of the exhales. And drop the analysis. Right, as much as here at Technique Tuesdays, right, we're working on technique. Sometimes yoga is less about technique. It's more about presence. And it teaches us to let go of some of that analysis and some of that striving. I think that's important. Okay, if you're in child's pose, let's make your way back to downward facing. Tuck the toes, hips high. Let's go inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step, step, top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach out and up. Press the feet down. Tadasana. Last round, focus on the breath, most importantly. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine, look forward. And exhale, plank pose. Knees up or down. If the knees are up and the legs are really strong, I'm gonna bend the elbows lower to the belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale for your back bend. Shoulder blades together, feet heavy. exhale to the floor. Press your way through all fours, tuck the toes, downward facing, just 3 rounds of breath here. Always welcome to take these in child's pose. In downward facing, just stretch the arms forward, stretch the legs back, take up space. Fill the pose with breath. Last breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, let's look forward. Top of the mat, walk or step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, we rise. Tadasana on your breath out. Awesome job. Thank you so much for showing up. I hope you learned something, and I hope it proves useful as you continue on your journey, your yoga practice. It is a practice, right? It's never perfect, and that's what's so beautiful about it. So my name is Owen, and thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I'll see you soon.